Hello, hello, visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Today is our episode 211. We're now live inside of our Facebook group, Abundant Entrepreneurs. Let me first show you something interesting, okay? How many of you may have this? I just randomly found this on my kids' table. What do you call this? I just quickly searched. Some call them, it's like a rainbow magic spring. Different from my name, Spring's meaning, but this is an interesting toy. What does this one make you think? This is a magic spring. I feel like, oh, this is like even though it's like a keep changing, right? Keep changing. It's like in a good momentum, beautiful color. But also one thing is like, you can predict almost like it's like a consistent. It's reliable, right? It's like the small changes. Like now it's like a whole thing, right? Like then the small changes make a big difference. I just feel like, oh, this is a little bit interesting. This is like a little bit relevant to my today's topic. Today, let's talk about consistency. How many of you, I want to first ask you a question. Okay, by the way, get such kind of a toy because it's quite fun. I feel like, oh, I can feel some magic. I can play some magic. You can get a little bit addicted to this. Okay, funny toy. But get back to our topic today. Okay, I want to first ask you the question. How many of you notice that like how much you are consistent do you feel like when you give yourself an evaluation? I may ask you from 1 to 10. 10 is the most consistent. Would you evaluate yourself as a consistent person? For example, in doing what you love to do, right? Majority of people may think, oh, I'm quite a consistent person in doing what I love to do, including, for example, what is your hobby? Think about one hobby. Let me see what is my hobby. By the way, I'm I think a person with a healthy lifestyle, healthy habits, especially on nutrition food. So I just remember almost like not just recent, quite some years, I would say, at least over 10 years, I've been very consistent in eating healthy food. And all this nutritious food, and recently we are introducing even more organic food into our menu. My kids now, my son is already 18 years old, my daughter 17 years old. So since they were little baby, they've been drinking like organic milk, eating organic eggs, almost like all their lives, right? So it's like I just feel like in this area I'm quite consistent. And what else? I know I'm quite consistent in let's say enjoying nature. I love walking outside, outdoor, and whenever I have some time, take vacation, I always love to visit like natural places, natural attractions. And recent years, I'm more interested in both natural and also historic attractions. So how about you? I'm just curious, in what kind of things you feel like you are a consistent person, right? And I know I'm a quite a loyal and also reliable friend, and always being there for my friends and family. For that part, I think I'm super consistent, always reliable and supportive and compassionate and caring for my family. So that's a part I'm quite proud of myself. So I want to ask you, which part do you notice yourself you are a consistent person? Okay, that's about the things we are interested in, things we love to do, right? That's where we sounds like it's not very difficult for us to be consistent. But then I want to ask you another question. How much do you notice you are consistent in doing what is necessary, the things you may not passionate about, you may not be loving about it, but it's necessary, right? For example, now I'm looking at my kitchen, a big kitchen, but let's see. I've been consistent in cleaning my kitchen every day, every day, every meal. And sometimes my kids told me, right, Mom, if you're, because I asked them to do it, right? So kids, you need help on cleaning. And then the kids said, oh, Mom, if you're too tired, you may leave the things in the sink and we wash it later, or maybe like you do it tomorrow. I say, no, I would never do that, right? Now I know it's summer, but even in the winter, I would never leave my stuff like dishes in the sink, in the sink for even over one meal, right? I always keep my kitchen clean. So even though my other parts of my rooms, I need more cleaning, But definitely kitchen is my best zone. I am always clean on my kitchen, and I'm even boasting that I'm a chef who is so good at the cooking, but also good at cleaning. After we finish cooking, my kitchen counter, right, like table, is almost like fully cleaned. Very minimum stuff needs. Compared with some other chefs I know, they just create the kitchen so mess. They create some masterpiece they're so proud of, but they never say, oh, you see how clean my kitchen is, right? And then the other like sous chef or other people to clean for them. So for the kitchen part, I'm very confident. But actually, I'm not really like a fan of doing all this kind of house chores and cleaning things, right? And cleaning the garbage. But I just build up the habits in it. So that's the part. I would say I'm consistent even in the things I'm not fully like love to do, but I'm let's say it's necessary for me to do it, right? I feel like it's necessary. It's a healthy habit. It's for the family's health. No matter how tired I am, sometimes even past midnight after I do some other things, because I definitely have other more interesting things to do, right? Including like, for example, including like reading, including like using AI, sometimes even like reviewing news, what's happening in the world now, right? And I prefer to do those things than doing the kitchen things. But no matter how late it is, I will always clean my kitchen, even though sometimes quite reluctantly, I would still clean it before I go to sleep. So that's what I observed myself. I feel like I'm quite a consistent person, quite let's say reliable person. So how about you? Let me know what comment under the video. I'm quite interested what things you enjoy doing and you notice you are quite consistent. And for other things, like some like things you may not necessarily enjoy doing, you may not passionate about it, but you feel like it's necessary, so you still committed and be consistent to doing it. Let me know, okay? So let's give you applause there and give a pat on myself as well. And I would encourage you to give yourself applause and a pat on your back, right? Say that good job, you've already done this. Some things that you do not even enjoy it, but you still like doing it because it's necessary, it's the right thing to do. Great. So, and now I want to ask you the second question for yourself and also for other people. What do you notice like by consistency, by commitment, and by continuous efforts that you've already seen good results, seeing good awards, seeing good achievements from starting from yourself, okay, not just from others. I know in this world has so many great role models and good examples, right? But I first want to ask you to remember, to recall something that you noticed that through your consistent efforts that you made a big difference. You made some good results and progress and a great achievement and you're proud of yourself. All right, that's we would call like evidence. I want to see what kind of evidence you've already had and in your life, in your business, and write that down today. I would encourage you to take this as our coaching, okay, free coaching for you, and write that down. What you have already accomplished by your consistent efforts. And then people around you or like people who impact you, including your role models, including your mentors, including like your colleagues, your friends, your family members, whoever like really positively impact you. You can also write down their story like by your observation, by what kind of a consistent consistent efforts and continuous and commitment they've already made some big changes and also made some good achievements. Okay, write that down. I want you to have both your own story, no matter it's small or big, okay, and other people's who most inspired you. And now follow this guidance. Like I want you to write that down, and now I want to share some of my observations on this part. I feel like this is a super important topic for me today because this morning I've been doing abundance meditation. By the way, this is another thing I'm quite proud of myself. I've been doing this over 80 years. This abundance meditation morning and nighttime. I have different in the morning I focus on the healing part. I do the massage. I do the my different parts of my body, and it's like for to take care of myself when I'm still in the bed before I jump off my bed, right? So that's first the healing and then meditation, gratitude and visualization, and activate my abundance energy before I jump off my bed. So that's a great one. And at nighttime, I also do the different version of abundance meditation. I focus more on gratitude, like like at the end of the day, right, I'm now lying on my bed, I would recall what I've already accomplished today specifically. For example, normally I would think about at least the one or ideally two or three, right, things that I accomplished. I feel like very grateful, and also sometimes could be some gifts and some like surprising things I received, or some like some let's say like of good fortunes, right, good lucks, and any kind of good opportunities I received. I also give that gratitude to God and to the universal intelligence, no matter which one you choose, right? It's just like give that kind of full gratitude to the world that you really received, either by your efforts or sometimes by surprisingly blessing you received, right? You accomplished something. I always give that kind of gratitude. But by the end of the day, so that's my best secret for falling to sleep quickly and very quickly and peacefully and with content and with gratitude. That's a beautiful feeling. And sometimes I even did not fully conscious about that, then I fall into sleep already. So you bet that's a good quality sleep, right? So how about you? So this all these years, right, I noticed that this is one thing, abundance meditation. So this morning I'm thinking about the topic, about what a topic today I want to share, because this another example. Okay, today's Momentum Monday. Today's episode 111. So we've been hosting this weekly Momentum Monday live episode inside of our Facebook group, Abundant Entrepreneurs, for over 4 years. So this part I'm quite proud of myself. Almost never, in addition, look, except just 1 or 2 times I traveling to, for example, to China, I did not have access to Facebook. And that's the only time I take a brief break. This summer as well, this coming summer vacation, we will go back to China. Every 2 years, we go back to China. So I will not have the maybe weekly Momentum Monday for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Sometimes I still do it in different ways, right? In different like short video stuff, like shorter version than this one. This one is more like a podcast. Normally I will shoot around from 30 to 50 minutes of video to try to give the best values, the best inspirations. This morning I was thinking, what topic, right? So I was thinking about recent all these things happening in our life, right? I was giving reflection. And the consistency just jumped into my mind. I said, oh, consistency. For example, first I thought about my daughter's story. And she's been, for example, she's running a project, a social project, along like philanthropy project. It's called the Goodbye Eczema Global Health Global Health Alliance. This kind of project, she focuses on like say doing research and sharing helpful tips on how to help people say goodbye to their eczema, and also overall help people improve their health habits, health knowledge, health tips, health like a practice, right? So, and by the way, this last weekend, we just sent her to Johns Hopkins to learn summer school, to learn more further in medical area. Like I know today she shared some pictures. She's learning anatomy, physiology. Very interesting one with the labs. I hope she will enjoy that, and she will see if she's really the person for the medical area. And she's been running that social project. And I remember like maybe last week or a few weeks ago, because she's too busy and she's too like with all this SAT, AP test or whatever, right? This school year, the grade 11th is the most challenging year. And also because she said, Mom, I've already been posting every week consistently on my social media, and I did not see a big difference. I did not feel like I'm contributing that much or make a big difference or make that kind of an impact, right? So, I still have so few, like just a few hundreds of people in my community. She feel like that not so motivated, especially when she's super busy, right? So that's the month, for the whole month, almost like over 1 month. The weekend, right? Previously, she always posted on weekend, Saturday. She has even put that into her calendar to remind herself. So she had been very consistent for over, let's say, 2 years, almost 2 years. That's quite good. But then she got frustrated. I did not say it's going anywhere. It's not so much like that, right? So she's frustrated. So she stopped for over 1 month. And then guess what? Because she's not contributing then, her community is cooled down, right? And some people even left her community. And now she realized that, okay, if I do not put my efforts, that kind of consistency, right? We're talking about to do the things is right, to do the things is like it's necessary, and then the situation will become worse, right? So like if you do not put efforts, how could you take granted that you will like say attract more people to serve or whatever, right? To make a bigger impact. So all the impact is accumulated by your continuous efforts. So I was reminding her to say, if you do not put your efforts there, things will not, don't take granted that things will be even be the same, right? You need to keep your efforts. You already accumulated that efforts and that kind of results. That's a good enough one. Even though you're seeing a plateau, is not seeing any bigger progress, especially this time, you need to keep your efforts, because the things were just like accumulate efforts. It's just like the momentum, right? Accumulate, and then you get a big difference. So it's similar to mine. For example, I have been posting to my LinkedIn posts, right? And for some weeks, I also feel like, oh, it's a plateau. I did not see any progress. Like, no, there's barely any like new members subscribe. I feel a little bit frustrated. But thank God I was still like keeping my posting every week consistently, because this is part of my business, part of my coaching, part of my like values to contribute. So I still, thank God, I stick to the good habits and the consistency. And then gradually I see that even though it's like small, that small ounce changes, right? But overall it's big one. It's like a positive one. Occasionally, 1 or 2 weeks, I can see sometimes people left, right? A few people left. You can say, oh, the numbers is decreasing. Even though it's not good, you always look at the numbers, right? But sometimes we want to use that to measure how we are contributing and see if people are interested in our topics, to verify our marketing or verify our values. And I could feel like frustrated. Okay, come on, I contributed so much efforts. I put my heart, put all my best like things there. But sometimes people leave, they did not see the value, right? It sounds like it's not fair. But then I found like the overall, if I jump into that situation, I get out of the box to look from the top to see the things. I say overall, the trend is like it's positive. Because with my efforts, it's like my impact. Let's say, it's like the pulse. LinkedIn Pulse has over 2,000, close to 3,000 people already, and this one is like I remember years ago I was been doing WordPress, the old blog away, right? And then that's getting to a plateau, and then the LinkedIn Pulse is become more popular, become more like influential. So I adjusted to the LinkedIn. And overall, actually, I would say this is so far the most effective one. And I know some of our members in our community, they've been using Medium. Medium is also a very good platform to contribute to your content, and also inspire a lot of people to view your posts and also follow you. So that's another one. Okay. So but overall, I feel like, okay, with the only things like with your consistent efforts, you are making positive impact, even though sometimes maybe not as quickly as we want, right? So, and also my email list as well, and from just a few hundreds and now to thousands, and also it's through continuous weekly sharing. Really like be quite disciplined weekly sharing. And a lot of day I remember I was applying for a award, and they asked us for the like for example the some information about why you should be like nominated, right, or be given this kind of award. And then I did that kind of research to double check overview overall like social impact, how much I have, right? So I checked the different platforms, and to my surprise, when I come adding them all together, it's over 30,000. Over 30,000. So that's a bigger than initially my thinking, right? So it's like so you keep your efforts. Don't give up. Don't get just like frustrated when you see sometimes temporary like drawbacks, right? Like temporary sliding down. And but believe in that the things you are contributing is valuable. Believe in what you are doing. Believe in you, like not just what you love to do, but also like what is necessary for you to do, right? Especially for entrepreneurs and business owners. And sounds like let's say sometimes you may just want to do, I know some of our contacts, they told me they just want to do like content creation, creative ideas. They love that part. Majority of people love that, especially for creative people, right? They love to be like digital creators. But when I ask them, what is your strategic impact? Like, for example, how many you helped this client, how many the ratios, the conversion ratios or the lead generation ratios, how much did you do that, right? What's some of your tangible data to measure your success and impact? Then they thanked me. They said, wow, they did not notice that. Initially, they only focus on content creation or conversation or like, let's say like cheerleader communication with community members to maintain the community, right? But they never calculated. They never really use the data to measure, and with some like strategic data, right? Or what kind of for example, how many new members you helped the clients increase, and how many, let's say, how many like needs you generated, and then from those needs, how many customers, clients you converted. So all those are strategic ones. It's not, maybe not your favorite ones to do, because majority of people do not like marketing and sales, but it's strategic and necessary, and like it's very like a baseline for businesses, right? You need to pay attention. So some of them thanked me for reminding me that. I said, you want both. You want a balance. You want a creativity. You want a content part. You want a value part. But at the same time, you want a strategic part. You want to like some hardcores to measure, right? Like what's eventually how many people you're influencing, like how many needs you're generating, how many clients you are converting and serving, right? This is more important actually. After all, we're here to really serve, right? Not just generate some interesting content like almost like entertain people, right? It's more like it's like how much transformation they would like take actions, right? That for the conversion part, that's really the actions we encouraged and we helped our like followers and clients to take, and that's when they really take changes. We really make that impact, right? Instead of just like content. So that's one story about today's the consistent part. And also I noticed some of my clients as well. Like I remember one client, interesting, she tried the LinkedIn reach out for the go-to-market part, right? In LinkedIn reach out, she within 1 week she reached over like 200 people. It's quite good progress, right? Within 1 week. And she said like over 200 people, just the 15 people accepted my invitation to connect, but like almost none of them really replied my message. So she was quite frustrated. So she got into that conclusion. She said the LinkedIn is not an effective way for me to get my business. Okay, I said, wow. I gave her another example. I said, one of my clients, interesting, right? He was a salesperson for another company, and she connected with me on LinkedIn and tried to get my business. And eventually I converted him into my coaching client and helped him launch his own business. And he's fun in language and also language learning and also public speaking, and helped him launch his course, his coaching program to teach other people to do public speaking and how to use the effective way, right? Learn a foreign language and how to use a way to win like campaign, the speaking campaign, and help them to use the effective ways to in a short, let's say short 1 to 3 months to learn a new language, and then also can be courageously stand out to speak in public and even attend the competition. So I helped him launch his business. And within 1 month, I encourage him to do not just LinkedIn, and also Facebook and other, WhatsApp and different platforms. And he got 3 paid clients and also 1 paid speaking opportunity within 1 month. So can you see that LinkedIn is not a good platform? So I got my client from LinkedIn and also helped my clients get their clients through different social media platforms, right? So I encourage my new clients, I said, don't give up yet. So LinkedIn is actually a very effective platform. And then I checked her message and I point out to her like why you're not getting response, right? Your message is pitching. Directly you start pitching other people from your first message, no wonder you will be rejected, right? So I taught her quite some like different strategies, and now we are working on how to get her lead magnet so that, and also build up her branding as an expert, so that when she, even though she want to reach out, right, and she has some gift to send to other people, to give first before you ask, right, ask to receive. And also we have some other strategies on how she could attract people to chase her, instead of like she chase other people. Like I've been, as an expert, as a coach, right, as a like abundance entrepreneurship and leadership coach, I've been contributing great values, and majority of the time, all those people, like over 30,000 people, majority of them are the people who came to me. I attracted them. I did not chase anybody, including, oh yeah, including this like new clients. I did not chase her. I did not even know her. And when I was sharing some valuable tips and giving some free consultation to the like college students who are looking for jobs, and she got, I was talking about entrepreneurship, right, and she was listening to it, and she paid more attention, and she got quite interested, and she got into my free consultation. Eventually she become my clients. So you see, you attract people. I'm not chasing anybody. You are providing great values for people to come to you, right? This is the best strategy I teach my clients. And how do you first find yourself, define yourself, discover yourself, and clarify your gifts. Now we call the 7 secret labs, and to clarify your secrets, your gifts, and turn that into your assets. That's your secret weapon, and nobody will take it. And you will not be worrying about the market in competition. Like people now say, oh, AI has this, AI has that, and oh, they worried about competition. But I told her, don't worry about it. Don't worry about like a product or technology or whatever, like software, right? And it's so competitive. Especially during this time, you need to figure out who are you, and what's your best gifts, what make you different from other people, what make you yourself unique and strong, right? Confident, the gifts and the assets. That's what we want to turn into something nobody can take from you, and nobody can compete with you, okay? And to help you stand out as a confident expert and leader in your area. So that's what we were working on. So get back to our topic about, and how you can, right? So this case is like she think like LinkedIn is not good. It's not a good platform. Actually, it is a great platform, right? To really attract, contribute values, and attract the right needs and followers. And I have almost, I remember I have almost over 10,000 followers on LinkedIn already. And I did not chase anybody. Many of them, majority of them, I don't know them. But it's through my contributions, through my branding, through my content, through my values I've been adding. So, and this is through consistent efforts, okay, through these years, consistent efforts. And now another case, yeah, other cases I want to talk about is like most inspiring to me. Not just my kids, myself, and my clients, right? Most inspiring to me are my mentors. I still remember my first 2 mentors, like 2 lady mentors, female mentors, and later on I have quite some like male great mentors. So for example, Tony Robbins, I graduated from his like a coaching academy, and I followed him for many years. Attended most of his live and online events, those big ones, right? Events, and he said people often overestimate what they can achieve within 1 year, but underestimate what they can achieve through 10 years, right? So that definitely that's true. When I reflect as to why it's true, when you just like every year when you review the whole year, you will feel like I'm just making some small progress, right? Sometimes you will feel frustrated. Okay, my New Year resolution, or this New Year's goals, I did not achieve them, most of them, right? Maybe just achieved 1 or 2, but the majority of other parts you still feel like it's a faraway dreams. But when you look at, like, let's say, look back for 10 years, the difference, okay? Like for when I recall that before, let's say, I had a big jump, big leap in 2019. That's after my life crisis, my marriage and life crisis, and almost tried to suicide. And from there, I had a big resurrection and like leap in both my personal life and also in my faith and also my business. And since then, I claimed myself to be the abundance coach. And that's my big leap in my life and also in my coaching business. See, that's just 6 years ago. So when I recall that time and now, during that time, I still remember it was still like a little bit awkward for me to share my personal story, to claim my new branding, and to like develop some program, right? But now 6 years later, I'm already had my, let's say, I already had my signature programs in this area, built up my authority in this area, and I'm so confident going anywhere to share my branding and share what I'm doing and share my cases and share my programs, right? So when I look at it, just 6 years, there's a huge difference. And if I recall my 16 years of coaching, this is like I had so many transformations in this journey. So I would say I'm the biggest product of the best product of my coaching services. I'm the best client of my services. So I would encourage you to not just look at the temporarily or like short term, but looking long term. When you really commit to something, when you put your deep efforts into it, look into long term and to witness how much difference you've already made. I remember, say Tony Robbins has been in, like he called himself life and business strategist, right? He's rated as the best coach in this whole world, and he's been in the coaching business 45 years. He learned from his mentor, Jim Rohn's, and recently I've been listening to Jim Rohn's video, right, like YouTube videos. I feel like wow, he's his old teacher, right, mentors also had so much great wisdom to learn from. And Tony has been in this industry for 45 years. And that's why he's totally the right person, the best person to say you underestimate how much you can achieve in 10 years. So he had already had over 10 years, right? And that's why he's a huge success in this industry. And his students, Dean Gross Assay, over 25 years in the coaching industry as well. He's a great in like marketing and sales, right? And he's also like he's still every day you notice that he's been doing the efforts like consistently. Even like for example, every Monday he also has an episode. He's called motivation. Yeah, he called it Motivation Monday. And mine is called Momentum Monday. He called it Motivation Monday. So every Monday he's doing like around 7 minutes, around 7 or 10 minutes, under 10 minutes, kind of a live episode to connect with his community and share very short inspirations. He's been doing that for quite a few years as well. Let me say a little bit longer than mine. Mine is 4 years. He maybe has been doing that for 6 years, and he still continue doing it. And Russell Brunson, right, another good mentor for the founder of ClickFunnels. He's been consistently sharing. Every time I get on LinkedIn, I always share because I followed him. So I can see that almost every day he had some new inspirations shared there. That is consistent. And that is also like a great efforts and values, right? They've been consistent contributing. So I follow all of them. Adam Manley as well, another great mentor, Adam Manley. He started his fortune from for like a financial planning services area, and after he become millionaire, multimillionaire, and successful, and then he's a student of Tony Robbins, and he gradually get into the personal development industry, and now become a very famous mentor coach as well. So they coach a lot of celebrities and sports athletes as well. So he's been putting his efforts. I remember his joke stories. Like initially, he does not know how to do those YouTube videos, right? And now his followers already over 1 million followers on YouTube channel, and he's been doing consistently every week, interviewing achieved and entrepreneurs and leaders, people, right, and to get these great inspirations. And quite many examples. Yeah, I follow quite a few of them, and Louis House as well. They've been doing consistently every week, interviewing like great people and sharing Jay Shady, and another one, and Jerry. What's a Jerry? Jerry's last name I forgot, but he's a super crazy person in all this kind of content things. Create so much content and keep sharing valuable things, and his community keeps expanding crazily. And now talking about my first, initially I talked about my first two female mentors, right? I started with them. They are not as like a mega successful as like Tony Robbins and Dean Sase, but they are successful influencers as well. They have their communities with thousands of, especially women entrepreneurs and coaches. For example, Kindle Summerhawk is my first mentor, and she's now over 60, elegant lady, and she loves riding. She said she's still like obsessed riding her stylish horses, and she's still so elegant, over 60 years old. And I just checked her like Facebook profile. She recently just updated her profile picture and had some like new programs. Let me see, double check. I remember I took some note. She's doing like a weekly free videos every Tuesday, she said, and she also developed her tribe of courageous coaches, over thousands of coaches, especially female coaches. And another mentor is Lisa Sasevich. She called herself the queen of sales, and she has, for example, over 6,000 of members in her community. And she's been also she recently shared news about Entrepreneurial Mastery Summit. So when I check their profiles or their social presence, they are still very active. So that's why I feel like, wow, I'm super like grateful that I have so many from all those females and males like mentors. There's great people, great souls, right? Beautiful souls, and they are like dozens of years in doing what they love to do, influenced so many people from thousands of scale to millions of scales, right? And they all are dedicated to what they are doing, like being consistent day in day out. Every day you can see that their presence and different platforms, right? They've been fully engaged in what they love to do, and are fully engaged in what is necessary to serve other people, right? And business is not like fancy, just doing what you love, just doing like things on your purpose, but it's major time it's also like you have a lot of logistics, you have a lot of like a committed and like a long hours and labor, kind of a labor style kind of a work, right? For example, I turned quite some of my activities into habits, and also eventually into my business process, including my daily posts, including my, for example, the live episode, including turn this live episode into like a video, into like a, how do you call it, blog, into like a different style of posts, right? Eventually in the future, I also want to do more short videos. And recently I started to experiment on AI short videos, right? So all these kind of things, I've been like committed to doing it for how many years? My goodness, 16 years, 16 years of coaching. I've been doing all this kind of creating and sharing and adding values consistently, 16 years. Gosh, I feel like I need to put even more efforts, right, to deserve more success. So, but one thing I feel like I'm so super proud is that I love the balance I have so far, like in my life and business combination, right? The balance I love, the abundance I enjoy, and that kind of freedom I enjoy the most. So I'm super proud that through the commitment, through the consistent efforts, through the balance, right? I've been, both taking good care of myself and my family, my kids, and also contributing to the world, to my followers, to my clients. So this is what I want to share with you. The consistency, right, accumulates. Consistency accumulates big changes. Don't get frustrated for like short term and some short term like how to say plateau, or sometimes even like short term sliding back, right? You like a back draw, like you feel like it's backward, you're not making any progress, and things even getting like worse. Don't give up there yet, okay? Don't get frustrated. Hold your faith there, and keep doing both what you love to do and you think it's like very valuable, right? Both for yourself and also for other people, and also those necessary things for your business, strategic things, and very necessary things, especially like learning. Keep learning every day. I would encourage everybody, always be this like a lifetime learner. Open your mind, and now especially for AI new era, you want to keep learning, keep your curiosity, and hold your faith that and believe that as long as you put your continuous committed efforts, you will accumulate big changes. You may not see it in like 1 year or even 2 years or even maybe 5 years, right? But eventually you will see that you make big progress. In addition to just helping other people, the person who benefits the most from efforts is actually you. Okay, no efforts is wasted. I just found when I look back, maybe I've not made that much money like as I wished, right? Or maybe I have not get so many clients as I wished. But when I look back, I feel like so grateful that the best, not just client is myself, the best benefit, right? The best benefit I received through all these years, continuous efforts and put in. I feel like that's why now I could confidently say, okay, I can take these efforts because I've already transformed myself and accumulated my, let's say, my capabilities to this level. Without those years of accumulation, consistency, efforts, I could not be ready to take the next level of challenge or be ready, for example, to another day to apply for that nomination for the award, like Best Coach Award, Business Coach. And by the way, I will share that in November. I think the nomination will formally start in November until December with 1 month to vote. I will share that. Stay tuned. Okay, I will share that with you. So when I recall all this, I just found, wow, every tiny small efforts count. Initially it may sound like, it's nothing. But when you look back, every step efforts is not wasted. Okay, every tiny nuance to add into your who you will become, your transformations, the person you will become, and your capabilities, and then eventually how much you can influence and contribute to other people. All right, so that's our today's topic. Consistency accumulates big changes. I hope you hold the faith and keep taking the efforts, and also in some other area, you may almost like give up. I would encourage you to pick up your faith, pick up your courage, and keep learning, pick up new different methods to try. Sometimes it's like it's just because of the either strategies or the past, or sometimes it's some like tips, some like tricks, right? You did not play, maybe you did not get there. So you just keep digging, and eventually keep digging deep. You'll find your diamond. Okay, so I would encourage every one of you and connect more evidence. Okay, evidence. When you feel like frustrated, when you feel like want to give up, feel like you're not going anywhere, record your previous, no matter small or big evidence, and also look at your models, okay, your role models, your mentors, and how they are being, keep putting into continuous efforts, and how much big difference they are making. Okay, so both from yourself and your other people's evidence, to encourage yourself to keep your efforts and keep your consistency, and believe that your time and your diamond will show up soon. All right, everyone, keep this momentum, and feel free to contact me and book a complimentary coaching consulting session with me. And let's help you to launch and scale your business to the next level, and help you stand out as a confident expert and thought leader to impact more lives. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.